a show called Haven't You Heard? I'm Sakamoto.
I'm guessing he's famous or she's famous.
He's like the perfect kid. He does not fuck up in any way. Everything that could happen to him goes perfect because he makes it work.
So like Yagami.
Only more stylish.
And less murder.
Yes, absolutely.
Because so for some reason, he somehow pulled it out of his ass to survive the investigation. No matter how bad it went, he somehow survived being caught till the very, very end.
Thank God, just that whole thing with the drawer. They might open it. It'll burn.
Like that overly complicated fucking drawer situation he had.
Just put a lock on it.
Like, no kidding, man. Put a lock on it or fucking shove the notebook up your ass. You don't want to find it in there.
Put a piece of it up there.
I'll always have a piece on me. Oh, man.
It's under my ball sack.
He lost his motherfucking mind for sure.
A lot of people think that the one of the Reapers that's talking to what's his name? God, what is the Reaper's name in Death Note?
William Dafoe.
It could be.
Because that was the actor that played it in the movie.
Yeah.
That was the voice actor.
He did a very good job too with the voice.
He's probably the best character of that whole horrible movie.
Yeah. Yeah, he really was. Damn it, can I remember the Reaper's name now?
It'll come to you.
Damn. But in the first episode, there's another Reaper that's talking to him, right? And everybody assumes that other Reaper is Light.
So that was like the future.
Because it was him, the normal one from Death Note. It was that Reaper telling the story of Light, Yagami. So everybody assumes that Reaper, because remember at the beginning of the very first episode, he throws him an apple core.
I don't recall. I remember it's been so long.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I remember him talking to the ghoul, like, where you going? Whatever your name is, because I forget. And he's like, I'm just going to go to Earth.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks that is Light. Just in the death world now. So this one, Sakamoto, right? Episode 1 is called Sakamoto of Class 1-2.
1-2, okay.
So, envious of Sakamoto's popularity, 3 delinquents, Atsushi, Mario, and Kinkin,
beat the shit out of him.
They try attempts to bully Sakamoto, but fail miserably every single time. So, like, for instance, they'll put a chalkboard eraser up above the door, like that stereotypical prank.
Oh, yeah.
He opens the door, and it's supposed to fall on him, right? He just catches it and then throws it into the perfect spot along the chalkboard. Like, nothing hurts him.
Right.
Every time they try to do something to him, it never affects him whatsoever. In their recent attempt, they accidentally put on they start a fire on in the school laboratory until Sakamoto's quick thinking and skills, he calls Kakura, a nearby teacher, to put out the flames. With Sakamoto taking the blame for them, the 3 delinquents start a liking towards him.
Aw.
Because he saves them, basically.
Yeah.
He's like, no. We were having a chemistry class, and
shit blew up in our face.
Yeah. Second half of this is called Be Quiet for episode 1, because they're separated into 2 parts every single episode. So we got
Miss Caretaker thing was like 3 separate stories.
I told you.
Yeah.
Which, hey, everybody, he actually watched it.
Hey, there's some titties on that show.
That have a mind of their own.
Always got time for titties.
So the second half is called Be Quiet, with the B-E-E, like an actual B.
B, okay.
So this girl, Sarah, tries to gain more popularity by defaming Sakamoto, this guy, Sarah.
His name is Sarah?
Yeah, S-E-R-A, not S-A-R-A.
Oh, Sarah.
Yeah.
Well, like Sora from fucking Kingdom Hearts, I think.
Kind of, yeah. Because Sora can also be a female name, because there was one in Digimon. Digimon. So during the class session, a hornet invades the classroom. Sarah, using this opportunity, attacks the hornet, but he becomes endangered by it because it starts trying to attack him.
Hornets are no fucking joke. Some mean motherfuckers.
Sakamoto engages in a sword fight with it using his compass.
A compass?
One of those little compasses from math class.
Mm-hmm. Oh, those. Okay. I was thinking about the actual compass, like the round ones.
And he uses that against the bee stinger of the hornet
Yeah.
and managed to neutralize the situation without harming it at all. Just like cling, 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 where he's over here just fighting it.
Yeah.
The damn compass. And having endured the humiliation, Sarah decides to become a comedian instead,
Okay.
where he decides to make people laugh instead of trying to become popular.
You gonna be popular by making them laugh?
Well, he was trying to compete with Sakamoto, though, on being popular, and it didn't work out very well. Episode 2. First half is called I Want to Protect Rather Than Be Protected. So,
We'd rather be a top than a bottom.
yes. I actually had a guy that was in, that I work with, where he was coming up and grabbing people, trying to give them big old hugs and stuff. So I'm not into that, dude. He's like, yeah, but I love you. I want you.
I need you.
I said, just because you want to be a bottom doesn't mean I want to be a top. Go away. So I want to protect rather than be protected. So with Kubota always lacking money due to being constantly bullied, Sakamoto helps him by getting them work at a fast food restaurant. Okay. He goes to go work with him.
Yeah, works at, like the manager's that devil guy from the last series.
Yeah.
So welcome to work.
The devil is a part-timer.
They never really talk about like his situation because it's such like two separate universes.
So initially unable to cope with his workspace, Kubota later takes a liking to it. Flipping burgers. He likes to do that kind of work. It's like it's fulfilling for him.
Okay.
Cool. So during his payday, the two bullies that targeted him, they appear again, but Sakamoto's advice allows him to stand up for himself against them until Sakamoto arrives and the two fight back against the bullies. Of course, Sakamoto is not going to like fight. Things are just going to go his way. So before leaving though, Sakamoto compliments Kabuto's secret technique and advises him to sharpen it. And that's how that half ends.
Okay.
Second half of it is starting today, I can use the love psychology technique.
All right.
So the second arc focuses entirely on Aina's attempts to flirt with Sakamoto, which ends up in failure. Partly due to Yagi and Tanaka, these other girls.
Tanaka. You know, there's a porn star named Hitomi Tanaka.
Was there?
Yeah, he has.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
He has some. I passed out from the glory.
With the three girls playing a game of Kokuri, they accidentally make Sakamoto possessed by a spirit, who then
Jesus, that shit turned into The Exorcist real quick.
Which then orders the girls to build an ark for him in any form. Yagi and Tanaka uses the students' desk and chairs before Aina finally gives in and helps out of guilt. As their operation succeeds, both Yagi and Tanaka started to gain respect and befriend Aina before heading home. In the end, it is revealed that everything was orchestrated by Sakamoto himself. Where he's like, he pretends to be possessed to make the three girls get along, basically.
Aw. He sits back like in his
He's like, he pushes up his glasses. He's like,
fooled again.
Exactly.
Fucking mortals.
Episode 3, first half is called The Gopher, Sakamoto. So Murayama and the upperclassmen delinquents bullied the first years into becoming their servants. One of the servants is Sakamoto, whom Murayama tries to put to use, seeing how efficient he is, until Sakamoto overwhelms him with being able to do anything that he asks him to do.
Damn.
He's like, go do this.
Like, I'm on it, boss.
He just runs off and goes.
We just turned to the Forrest Gump. Sir, yes, sir.
He doesn't even really say nothing. He just does it.
That's Forrest Gump.
All right. Like, he follows out the orders to a T. But it fucks the dude in the end because he asks him to do something and he does it to the T and gets the guy in trouble.
Oh, damn.
Second half is called Hide and Seek of Love. So, with Kubota's grades failing, Sakamoto helps him study for the next exam. Kubota's mother takes a liking to Sakamoto after his first arrival of their house. And so Sakamoto coming over to study again, Kubota plans to hide Sakamoto in his house this time so that way his mom doesn't see him. Because she's like obsessed with him. Like crazy, like she starts putting on the makeup for him and stuff. It's weird.
Which mom? His mom?
Kubota's mom.
For the
Sakamoto. Sakamoto's coming over there to help.
Lady, don't be a pedophile.
It's kind of the way.
Jesus Christ.
So while Kubota leaves to pick up a textbook, Sakamoto tries to evade his mother the entire time in the house with initial success. Spotting a camera and a disc, Sakamoto uses the chance to trick Kubota's mother into thinking that he fled into the television.
What?
Yes. So what he does is he records himself, he jumps over this like a couch or something like that,
So he pretends like, okay.
and then he acts like he jumped into the TV, but he's behind it. But he had already recorded something
Right.
to make her think, "I've went back to my."
That's a damn genius kid.
Following that incident, Kubota and Sakamoto decide
She just slams herself into a fucking TV and kills herself.
kind of
Jesus.
she was crazy, but they decided to start studying at the library instead.
Probably be a better idea.
So episode 4, first half is called "Is Sakamoto a Pervert?"
I'm guessing no.
Kakuta, the class physical education teacher, tries multiple times to catch Sakamoto breaking school rules, but fails miserably. He finally gets his chance whenever he catches Sakamoto eating in health class, but it is revealed that it is all just a plot to feed an injured bird.
Okay. Let me guess, he regurgitates the food back out or something?
No, he's feeding it with chopsticks,
Oh.
so he's not even eating in class.
Oh, well, he thought he was eating because he had a chopstick in his hand?
Yeah. He thought it's like, ha, ha, oh, fuck.
What is everybody's obsession with this kid?
That's what I'm saying. Haven't you heard?
Haven't you heard?
I'm Sakamoto.
Jesus.
Because he's like the perfect,
Like the perfect human being.
yes.
Goddamn Apollo down from Mount Olympus.
Second half is called Classroom Scene Omnibus.
Omnibus, huh?
Yeah.
Love that word.
In cooking class, Kana-chan encounters a slug inside of a cabbage, which Sakamoto skillfully gets rid of. In art class, which involves drawing each other as student partners, Aina pairs herself with Sakamoto. As it seems that Sakamoto sketches her as an orangutan, it is revealed that she viewed the art in the wrong way, and its true form is quite beautiful. Because she thought, he's like, "He fucking drew me as an orangutan."
Goddamn chimpanzee.
After a fire breaks out in the school, Sakamoto rescues Achan, who is left behind in the school toilet after everyone evacuated. So he goes and saves her. Part 3 of this same episode is called The Summer of Sakamoto's Disappearance.
Third parter, huh?
So after Achan and her fellow delinquents, accidentally have Sakamoto fall down a hole, which they dig as a prank, they go on a search for him after his disappearance extends to a week.
Jesus Christ.
When they only find his button inside of the hole, they assume that Sakamoto has used Achan's trap to get to the other side of the world because they're retarded.
It's just dumb as bricks, huh?
Though later it is revealed that this is not the case, as the hole is actually shallow.
It's like 2 feet. Well, like in their minds, like fucking like 90 feet down.
Right, it's all in their minds. So Sakamoto had entered the trap on his own and believing that they were digging it for a hot spring and that he could help them instead. So he started digging it better.
Of course he does.
Exactly. Of course. Episode 5.
Let me show you the faults in your hot spring construction. Here we go. He just pulls out a goddamn architect's journal.
Pretty much. First half is called softball throwing. So when it is Sakamoto's turn to throw a softball, Kubota accidentally gets hit, causing a nosebleed. Sakamoto stops the bleeding by ripping off part of his shirt and wrapping it around Kubuta's head, which makes all the girls fucking go crazy.
Fucking abs just pull out and they're like, "Oh my Lord."
Yes. That's the entire thing.
That's the whole thing. He just turned his shirt off.
That part, yeah. Because this is another 3-parter. The second part is titled Charisma Yankee Senior 8823.
That is a complicated title.
Seeing Mariyama's traumatized behavior as they talk about Sakamoto, Hayabusa goes to see Sakamoto instead. Due to a misunderstanding, Hayabusa thought that Sakamoto orders Class 1-2 girls to assault him whenever they meet, and is under the impression that Sakamoto has taken control of Class 1-2. Hayabusa asks Sakamoto to meet him at the riverbed after school, but Sakamoto declines, as he is on cleaning duty and he can't get away from that, basically. In order to make him go, Hayabusa's underclassmen try to make him angry by stealing his indoor shoes and ruler, which he named Smith. He's got names on his shit.
Equipment?
Yeah.
Or his school supplies?
And leaving notes to get the impression that Hayabusa is the one who did it. Finally, upon seeing a bald Kabuta, Yoshinobu crying, An angry Sakamoto goes to see Hayabusa. As they're about to fight, a police officer sees them, and Sakamoto gives an excuse that they are just playing. So he saves this dude from getting arrested by the police.
Officers, don't you know who I am? I feel like that's how he starts every conversation.
But he tells the police that they're just playing Tiaoshi sumo, literally hand pushing sumo.
Oh.
That's what he tells them that they're doing, because instead of fighting, they're pushing each other. Despite claiming that they are just playing, Sakamoto has all the intentions to beat Hayabusa and pushing him, which results in both of them in an actual fight rather than a serious match. After knowing the truth, Hayabusa and his classmate go to Kabuto's house to apologize and give him seaweed to make his hair grow faster. And a happy Kabuto throws a seaweed party instead. He's like, because he's this fat dude. My hair will regrow. Because he was in love with his hair. Like he thought that was the best part of who he was.
My hair's my best part. But it's kind of down here on my beard.
It just shifted.
It shifted way down here.
And then part 3 is called healthcare. So Sakamoto has a fever, and instead of resting in the infirmary, he wears a tie made out of Welsh onion.
What the fuck is Welsh onion? Just onions that are from Welsh?
Yeah.
Okay.
So episode 6, first one is called Go Home Rules.
Okay.
So Megumi, Sakamoto's stalker, and Class 1-2's representative discover a ghost infatuated to him and tries to warn him. In the end, she graduates from being a stalker to a photographer who takes Sakamoto's pictures instead.
Sounds stalkerish.
A little bit. Other part is several elementary school students follow Sakamoto on their way home.
Oh.
So you got little kids playing games.
But you're our leader.
It's like, we don't need to play those games no more because we're starting to get older, right?
Oh, yeah. Trying to mature.
Yeah. But then they see Sakamoto playing games like that all the way home, where he's like, he doesn't walk on anything but the lines all the way home. So the kids start following him, doing the same kind of things.
That's sweet of him.
Basically, he gets them to walk all the way home by doing it that way. But they don't realize that. And then we have cafeteria marketing, where in the epilogue, Sakamoto helped the lunch lady to promote her Neapolitan versus subliminal messages.
What? Subliminal messages?
Yeah, using subliminal messages to get people to like her Neapolitan.
People already like Neapolitan. That shit is delicious. The ice cream?
I think so.
Okay.
I can't remember exactly.
It's a wild series.
I know.
What if, like, the last episode you find he's a serial killer?
He's murdering all
these murdering people. Just horrific. You come into his house and just horrific sights, like bodies and fridges and oh my god, like fucking Jeffrey Dahmer. That shit would be fucking hilarious to me.
That would be
not so much the murders and stuff, but the fact that, like, it goes from this cute little show and it's dark as fuck on the last episode, and it was all a fantasy that we were living through. He was actually killing most of these people.
That would be fucked up, though.
Don't you know who I am? And that person, when he's at court, right? Don't you know who I am?
I'm Sakamoto.
Or they do it right. He said that right before they electrocute him. Give him the electric chair.
Episode 7. The first half is called, Is Sakamoto really a pervert?
Is he really a pervert?
Instead, is he a pervert? Is he really a pervert?
Wait, so that means that he's a slight... Wait, that doesn't make any sense. It means he's a kind of a pervert? But is he really a pervert?
Right. So in this one, in a video rental shop, Achan and friends trick Sakamoto to help them renting an adult video.
What year is this? Ain't no goddamn rental.
2016.
Ain't no damn rental studio anymore. Even 2016, they were fucking declining. You remember Hollywood Video?
Yeah.
Nobody does.
But in Japan, think about it. They love this kind of stuff still.
The physical media?
Yeah, unlike here.
God dang it, America, you ruin everything.
I know.
I want some physical media.
So after he manages to avoid being detected by Aina and friends.
Come to think of it, you know where that Half Price Books is where that Hollywood Video was?
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. I miss Hollywood Video. I used to get Dynasty Tactics 2 every other weekend. I'll never beat the game. Guess there's time now. Just need a PS2.
So he avoids all these girls, right? Sakamoto faces the shop manager at the counter staff in order to basically bluff him, who suspects that Sakamoto is still underage. When everything is over, Ah-chan invites Sakamoto to watch the rented videos together, but Sakamoto escapes immediately. Realizing that it is still too early for them, Ah-chan returns the videos without watching them at all. Because he's like, it's like, he got it, but then it's like, I don't want to watch it.
You might as well watch it. You got it.
But he didn't. He just returned it.
Be like South Park where they had the Backdoor Slits 9 video. They had the one ring must be returned.
The second half is called Sarah's French Revolution. So during sports day, Sarah tries to overtake Sakamoto's popularity, or at least make his popularity lower, by sabotaging the event with the cooperation of the rest of Class 1-2 boys. So they're tired of Sakamoto having all this fucking attention. Despite all odds, the plan backfires on them as Sakamoto wins in events with his style, and his popularity increases as a result. In the relay race, Sarah ties both of Sakamoto's shoes so that he can't run. Far from giving up, though, Sakamoto bites the baton in his mouth and runs like a four-legged cheetah.
Wait, so he just grizz on all fours and starts hauling ass?
Yeah.
Jesus.
When he passes the baton slips from Yagi's hand due to a baton covered in saliva at that point.
Nasty motherfucker.
Which makes him fall down to last place. Seeing Yagi crying while running, Sarah decides to erase Yagi's mistake from everyone's memory by doing a more memorable event, by running naked after the baton is passed to him.
What? Don't fuck.
To everyone's gross and dismay. Though Yagi thanked him later on for it. So this comedian takes off all his clothes and just starts running.
Time to go to jail, then.
Pretty much.
That reminds me of, you know John Oliver?
Yes.
And back when he was doing stand-up, he had a story where he thought he was going to be an athlete at one point in his career. And he was doing a marathon or like a jog or something, some type of running event.
Yeah.
And he was hauling ass. And he would realize that he was in first place. He was going to win. But then he started realizing that for some reason his lower extremities were getting really breezy. He realized that his dick was hanging out of the little hole in between the shorts rack. So he said he made a split-second decision. Do I stop or slow down and put my dick in my pants? Or do I keep hauling ass and win the race? And he said he decided to keep running, right? And somehow still ended up in third place. So dick out, third place, didn't matter.
Didn't matter at all. I would have...
Imagine all the people watching him.
Like, oh!
Like he's like 15, that boy's dick's out.
Same thing for this dude, only he decided to take his clothes off.
Butt ass naked. I like saying butt ass naked, even though it's two, butt ass is the same thing.
Yeah.
But I like saying butt ass naked. I don't know why.
There's some people that say buck ass.
Yeah, that's what I am.
Like,
I like saying butt ass naked.
Yeah, butt. It sounds...
Buck ass.
Butt sounds more correct to me.
I can say either ass naked or butt naked, but I don't know how you use them both of them together.
Yeah, it's just funnier.
Butt ass naked.
You see their butt and their ass. On a fat person, it might be two things. Episode 8 is called The Cultural Festival. The Cultural Festival is Gloomy. So, Moriyama, Hayabusa, and the upperclassmen delinquents try to participate in their school's cultural festival by making cotton candy cooked from improvised equipment. Ah-chan suggests to Hayabusa that Sakamoto should be invited to their booth, and Hayabusa seemingly agrees until Fukase, a longtime delinquent with a strange past, interrupts and forces Hayabusa to spill out everything about Sakamoto.
What's a strange past?
Like, if for some reason he's still in school or hanging around the school when he shouldn't be.
How old is he?
Older.
Like too old to be in school?
Like an old delinquent, he's not.
So just a fucking loser.
Yes. Hayabusa didn't say anything about Sakamoto, and Fukase uses the cotton candy machine to hurt him instead.
Okay.
So he puts his head in there, whatever it is.
Jesus.
Meanwhile, in room 1-2, the class is struggling to make their own booth by using balloons, and Sakamoto improvises everything to make the balloon presentations look attractive and convincing. Because, of course, he's perfect, so he can do this.
It makes him fucking beautiful.
However, two slackers who are seemingly no help to the other classmates left the room and sulk after Sakamoto's participation. Fukase approaches him and suggests that the slackers do something to damage Sakamoto's reputation. The next
possibility.
Well, the next day, the balloons were destroyed, and wanted posters scattered around the campus accusing Sakamoto for the mishap. Now a wanted man, Sakamoto evades
A wanted man.
by the other kids.
Yeah.
Technically. Now a wanted man, though, Sakamoto invades delinquents who are trying to get him because of the reward, and Fukase quietly watches. Sakamoto decides to clear his name. He goes to the room and sees the slackers reorganized in their presentation. His classmates convince Sakamoto to admit the mishap, but he leaves. Later, a mysterious girl named Eiko knocks on the room's door and admits that she popped the balloons. One of the slackers utters that the girl is lying, but Michan points out that they shouldn't know that they left early yesterday. When the slackers open the door, it's revealed that Sakamoto is using helium guns and turning the tables against the slackers themselves. The slackers attempt to pop the balloons while Sakamoto cleverly intimidates the slackers by popping the balloons using sunlight reflected with Kubota's mirror, because he's got this mirror that he's constantly looking at himself because of his hair.
Yeah.
Where he's like, he's this giant fat kid, but he's constantly looking at his hair.
Luxurious hair. Oh, the guy lost his hair earlier?
Yeah.
He got it back?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's got this mirror, so Sakamoto uses the mirrors to pop the balloons.
Okay.
Smart, but the confrontation ends whenever the slackers give up and Sakamoto lectures them. With no time left and lack of materials, Sakamoto uses the remaining balloons with invitations attached to them and Hayabusa's cotton candy to craft Yeti costumes, as they organize a Yeti hunting game. As Sakamoto, donning a Yeti costume, runs through the hallway with the slackers, Fukase catches his eyes and Sakamoto returns the later's gaze.
What the fuck is going on in this school?
So you got this loser, Fukase, still looking like, you motherfucker. You fixed the shit.
How dare you fix the things that I've ruined?
Pretty much. Episode 9 is called The Meeting Between Sakamoto and Me. So Megumi Fujita, along with Kana-chan and Mi-chan, eat their lunch outside and start recollecting on how they first met Sakamoto. Megumi met him at the entrance exam, where he warmed her trembling hands by heating up her fallen eraser with frictional force. So he sees that her hands are cold, so he gets an eraser and just starts erasing real fucking fast and then hands it to her. But the eraser has heat from the friction itself. That's how she met him. Mi-chan met him on the day of the entrance ceremony, where the storm broke her favorite umbrella. Firstly saddened, she then cheers up whenever Sakamoto treats her broken umbrella like a wine glass and acts like a rain sommelier, where he starts catching the rain.
That's delicious, huh?
And they have these fantastical things that happen to them, supposedly. Lastly, Kana-chan met him during the day before the entrance ceremony. Since she had forgotten her bag, she held all her textbooks in her hands, and as such, was unable to see forward. Whenever she fell down, Sakamoto caught her, and Princess carried the books. That's how she met him.
I guess they're all in love with him.
And while the girls are smitten over Sakamoto's initiations to these things, Kubota, on the other hand, reminisces about his first acquaintance to Sakamoto, where his bandage on his ring finger fell off, and Sakamoto returns the bandage, seemingly like inserting a ring onto a bride's hand. Like, he got his bandage back.
You know, like at the end of the very last episode, the truth is that they all got kidnapped by him. So they're all in the dungeon under the house, and they're all telling stories to feel happier about the situation.
Trying to pass time.
Yeah.
So Sakamoto, he chides Kubota's story, but the girls, upon hearing his story, feel envious as the first meeting with Sakamoto was the most romantic.
That sounds romantic as fuck.
Here's your bandage back. The second half of that is called Nearest Yet Far Person. So when her son, Yoshinobu, comes down with a cold, Shigemi Kubota, the kid that lost his hair, his fat kid, his mom, gets another chance to romantically pursue her underage love interest of Sakamoto.
Oh, fuck.
Because he's sick, so she dresses like him. Because they look almost identical.
What?
They're both short and fat.
Jesus Christ, that woman is fucking deranged.
Taking advantage of her resemblance to her son, Shigemi dons his uniform and goes to school in his place.
What? That is some criminal fucking activity. That's out of place in the show.
Although she has plenty of opportunities to make a move on Sakamoto throughout the day, Shigemi's efforts are thwarted at every turn. So every time she tries to do something, like if she follows him around the corner, Sakamoto's gone. Just random shit, you know?
Yeah, so that he knows it's her.
He does. He does. During their athletics class, Shigemi chases Sakamoto but falls down, destroying her shell necklace. Sakamoto picks up the pieces and returns it to her. Realizing that she cannot fulfill her desires to be with Sakamoto and recollecting being a mother to her own son,
What the?
she resolves to prioritize being a good mother. The next day, Yanosobo discovers that Shigemi prepares a meal for him since he was out. She's like, she goes overboard and makes him a nice meal
Nice.
for her son because she's like, I can't have this.
No, you don't. You can't. Bitch, he's underage. What the fuck is going on?
But you remember what that story that you told me a long time ago?
Which one?
What was it that they updated recently
I don't know.
in Japan?
Oh, the Economist article
Yeah.
about how the age of consent in Japan used to be 13, and they upped it to fuck. I guess. Oh God,
Yeah.
that's probably why it's so more innocent in that than it sounds. But it's not innocent at all.
No. Episode 10, first part, is called Demon Lord. So during Christmas Eve, Sakamoto is invited by two college guys to a group date karaoke in order to complete their number. Because he's like, oh, we only have two people. We need one more. You.
So,
Because they see him walking with a fucking briefcase, so they think he's an adult. But seeing how Sakamoto attracts the female audiences instead of them, they try to sabotage his karaoke moment until he covered it via his operatic singing of a famous poem, it's German, damn it. Der El Kroig. Can't pronounce it, sorry.
let me see. Maybe I can. What page is it?
Top in the blue.
Top in the blue. Dear Erkrugen.
See?
Erk.
I told you. I told you.
Oh, Koenig.
Yeah.
Koenig. I don't know. Adolf Hitler.
No, you just got us demonetized.
You know what I am good at pronouncing due to the fact that I used to read Tom Clancy novels?
What's that?
It was Russian names.
Russian names are not that bad, though.
You should have seen the one that he wrote there.
So that's how that ends. He fucks up their entire date night by singing an operatic song. That's because he can sing so well.
Doctor, that's the problem. I am Pagliacci. You remember that weird Seinfeld episode of that clown? The sad clown?
I think so, yeah.
Where like what the fuck is her name? Elaine starts dating this guy, and they have tickets to an opera show called Pagliacci, and he turned into be some weird stalker. And then him and Seinfeld also have some weird like altercation. So now he's hunting Elaine and Seinfeld, and like he dresses up as the clown Pagliacci.
Oh yeah.
He's like the bench pressing. He's crying his eyes out as he does that bench press. And that weird song. I was like, what the fuck episode of Seinfeld is this?
The one episode that always gets me is the Mandelbaums. I don't know if you remember.
Oh,
that
the
one.
old guys.
I can lift it.
The fucking old man. They're like his son's like older than the dad. It seems like.
I feel that way whenever I go places for work, where you hand it so, like where it breaks their back.
You gotta help me, son.
Second half is called Lacking Thing. So Hayabusa seeks Sakamoto's help whenever his father invites him to a fancy dinner with a woman who has claimed is Hayabusa's stepmother candidate.
Okay, candidate
to be a stepmother, like his dad's dating this woman, right? So as Hayabusa has no knowledge about table manners, and Sakamoto points out that he can't be learned in a single day, Hayabusa rents an LL size coat. I guess
an LL size coat.
I guess it'd be
a large size.
My guess is probably extra large in Japan.
Oh,
have
you ever seen a 4X? That was some big old blanket.
If it's a 4X, it'll be LLLLL. In which Sakamoto hides in and uses his hands instead of Hayabusa's at the restaurant.
Would be some weird shit.
Later, whenever they find out that Hayabusa's father is cornered by some thugs, Sakamoto and Hayabusa change places to fight them.
What the fuck?
Because they're both in the same suit.
Weird shit keeps happening in this fucking world.
I told you. The woman turns out to be an extortionist, and Sakamoto skillfully fends them off by using the opportunity to tell a horror story about a person eating French cuisine who grows another pair of arms after an allergy.
He became the diddler.
With 4 arms.
The four-arm diddler.
Hayabusa concludes that rather than pretend that they have something that they lack, they should make up for it for what the other person lacks. So they make up for each other, basically.
Yeah.
Episode 11, first half is called No Need for Warmth. So as Yasunobu walks with Sakamoto to school, he realizes that he knows almost nothing about Sakamoto, though he assures himself that he will have a lot of time to talk about it later. Hearing that it is the first time Sakamoto has seen snow, Achan teaches Sakamoto how to play in the snow. Frustrated that Sakamoto has surpassed him in everything he taught her recently, or that he taught her rather easily, Fukase approaches Achan, suggesting that he fights Sakamoto in a one-on-one battle. He then decides to fight Sakamoto in a snowball fight, determining to crush him. Watching Achan trembling in coldness, Sakamoto throws a hand warmer to him. Here you go, bitch. Take a hand warmer. You're over here freezing like a little hoe. He felt bad because despite his intentions, Sakamoto earnestly just wanted to play. And even thought about his well-being. As he walks home, Fukase approaches him again and kind of apologizes a little bit.
I'm sorry.
Episode 11, part 2. 1-2 memories. So the school's memories, basically.
Yeah, for the little classroom.
Class 1-2 reminisce about their memories throughout the year by looking at the pictures taken by Megumi, especially Sakamoto's pictures, because they're focusing on him again. Notable events, including the day Sakamoto made umbrella arrangements, marathon race day, and the day that they went to the beach. Hayabusa and the other delinquents have a meeting, and he tells them that Fukase is not going to graduate again that year.
Again? Not that one guy that won't leave?
The old delinquent.
Sack of bricks.
He ain't going to graduate again.
Again? Jeez, how many times has he failed school?
Multiple times.
Jesus, just let him go.
So Mario and Kinkan, they point out that Achan is acting weird lately, and a lone Achan holding one of the pictures gets approached again by Fukase, who persuades him to burn the picture, alongside all his attachments to Sakamoto. In the epilogue during the graduation ceremony, Achan walks toward Sakamoto, giving him the farewell speech on the stage, telling him to disappear, with a metal bat in his right hand. Episode 12, last episode. Well, technically, last episode. It's called So Long, Sakamoto-kun.
Okay.
So, picking up from the previous episode, Fukase converses with Atsushi, who persuades him to eliminate Sakamoto by burning the pictures and his admiration of him. At the graduation ceremony, Sakamoto initiates the graduation speech by presenting a volleyball he retrieved from above. As he speaks to the crowd, Achan approaches Sakamoto with a metal baseball bat. So this is where we left off in the last episode.
Okay.
Achan randomly swings his bat against those who try to interfere in his assault on Sakamoto, and Fukase stops the teachers from being able to help. With the crowd shocked and thinking it is part of his presentation, Sakamoto extends his speech as he evades Achan's attacks until he reaches the rafters. So
they're having some fucking duel with all this crowd. Yeah.
So Sakamoto's giving the speech where he's like, life will come at you fast, and the bat comes and almost hits him.
Swinging on him.
Pretty much. So Achan swings his bat again, but slips down and Sakamoto quickly grabs his hand. However, Achan swings his bat to Sakamoto's hand and berates him at looking down on his personality. Wounded Sakamoto improvises his speech and tells everyone, including Achan, about believing in friends, while he's got his hand is like the entire time. Achan slips his hand and Sakamoto still catches him, proving that Sakamoto has a deep care for his friends. The crowd is delighted to give Sakamoto a standing ovation because they thought this was all part of the speech thing. Achan surrenders while Hayabusa's group arrive. Sakamoto heads to the clinic to tend to his wounds and talks with Fukase for the first time. Fukase compares life after high school as a deep ocean, while Sakamoto, filled with hope, says that he will swim through the deep ocean and find new opportunities. That's the whole reason that this dude Fukase doesn't want to graduate. He's scared of what happens after
school.
So he does this delinquent shit, that way he don't have to graduate.
That's stupid.
Yes, I agree.
Be like a 25-year-old with a bunch of 16-year-olds. Fucking weirdo.
So Hayabusa, with hope, says that he will also swim through that deep ocean to find new opportunities. Determined to put an end to Fukase, waits outside while Sakamoto approaches him and suggests a non-violent way to eliminate Fukase. As the graduates march with Fukase looking on, Hayabusa and his group enter and congratulate Fukase. With the help of Sakamoto, Fukase is thrown out during the graduation ceremony. Kubota narrates the aftermath of the ceremony, which Achan was unpunished, believing that he was part of Sakamoto's presentation. Fukase is seen on a beach holding a surfboard, and a rumor about Sakamoto leaving was found out to be true. Sakamoto was selected by a space administration in America, and he will pursue his studies to become an astronaut. That's what's going to happen to Sakamoto.
Okay.
The class 1-2, the 1-2 class bid farewell to Sakamoto by means of pie throwing, which Sakamoto easily dodges as he leaves the classroom and holds a single pie in his hand. Hayabusa also bids goodbye to Sakamoto. At the school gate with Kukata guarding it, Sakamoto approaches with smothered pie on his face because he does it to himself to say, y'all couldn't hit me, but fine. He is asked who he is as his face is covered by pie, and he simply says, he is Sakamoto. And then we have a ending episode 13 that's not really an episode, but it's like an overview episode called Haven't You Heard? I'm Sakamoto, the movie. So following Sakamoto's departure, the students come up with different ideas for making a Haven't You Heard? I'm Sakamoto movie. Later, upon finding photographic evidence of Sakamoto being in America, the students try to imagine what he is up to, ranging from training to be an astronaut to being a student at a Martian high school. Meanwhile, in America, Sakamoto was enlisted as a shuttle pilot and has been able to overcome a leakage in the fuel tank, therefore successfully bringing the shuttle back on course. That's what supposedly really happened.
Okay.
He became an astronaut.
So he's an astronaut. It's a random choice for him, I guess.
But there's also a lot of dark theories about this anime.
What is?
Yeah, there are dark theories, obviously. But one of them...
So he was a serial killer?
No, a lot of them say that he was basically dying of cancer, so he lived his last year as best he could, and then he passed away.
Ouch.
Yeah. Like a lot of dark theories like that. But those are the two stories that we have, or the two...
Like those dark-ass Rugrats theories.
God, there's a lot of those.
Some real dark ones.
Like really dark. About the family being dead. And...
Yeah. Or like the kid dying in childbirth and the dad just imagines everything.
Yeah.
Some weird, I was like, God dang, it's just a Rugrats show, please.
Well, those are the two deep dives that I got today. You ready for some Reddit?
Yes.
Let's see what kind of stupidity we have today.
Don't you know? I'm Sakamoto.
You might like it if you actually seen the anime, though. It's kind of like you didn't think that you would like Miss Caretaker.
I knew 100% I would like
Just the bougie, boom, boom.
Fucking titties of hers.
And then she goes to go hug people, and it's like, ugh.
You know what the best thing about it is that they're proportionally realistic.
Sadly enough, yes.
Instead of being like ridiculously, like overdeveloped,
Right.
Like they fit her body type.
Yes. But they are gigantic. Like
They are big. They're like that in nature.
how far have you gotten into the series?
I stopped jacking off after the first episode.
Because she has a sister in the later episodes, remember?
You got some big old titties too? Nice. Guess it runs in the family.
Yes, it does. What'd you think of the part whenever you seen that she's like, oh, you're normal size for your age?
I haven't seen that part yet.
You didn't see that part?
I think I only saw like the first 10 minutes, and then after I was like, oh, I gotta get ready for our recording today. I was watching it today.
Today?
I really do think they did it.
The Diddler did it. The Diddler did it.
Diddy the Diddler did it.
All right. Well, we will see you guys next week.
Adios.